Okay, so today we're going to be dividing by a decimal. So in order to make it the divisor whole, multiply by power 10. This is the same as moving the decimal to the right. And then you multiply the dividend by the same power of 10. This is the same as moving the decimal to the right. So whatever you do on the outside, you do on the inside. And you'll hear me say that a lot. Then you divide. So then you bring the decimal directly above into the quotient. Remember that whatever you do to the divisor, you have to also do to the dividend, which is I always say is whatever you do to the outside, you have to do it to the inside. So this is our first example. So 210 divided by 3.5. So 210 will go in the house. And then you have 3.5. Well, you cannot divide by a decimal. So what you have to do is you have to get rid of this decimal. So what I always tell my kids is you take this decimal and you have to move it until you hit the house. So that can be more than once. But in this case, it's just going to be once. So we're going to take this, I'm going to move it once until I hit the house. And whatever you do on the outside, you have to do on the inside. So this is a whole number of 210. So the decimal's in the back right here. So you're going to move this once as well. And then you add a 0 here. So this is where your decimal is currently at. So basically all you're doing now is dividing 35 into 2,100. So now we're going to divide that. And 35 goes into 210 exactly 6 times. So this extra 0 will come up. So my answer is actually just 60. Okay, so let's try this next one. So the next one is both decimals. So then you're going to have 8.4 on the outside and 856.8 on the inside. So you can have a decimal on the outside, so you're going to have to move this once. What you do on the outside, you do on the inside, so you have to move this once as well. And that's it. So now basically all you're doing is dividing 84 into 8,568. So 84 goes in 85 one time. So you get 1. Bring down the 6. 84 can't go into 16, so it goes in there 0 times. And then you bring down the 8. 84 goes into 168 exactly 2 times, which is 168. So you get 102. All right, next one. You're going to divide 0.92 into 58.42. So this time, this has 2 decimals on the outside, so you're going to have to move it twice. So you're going to have 1, 2. And so since I moved it twice on the outside, I'm going to move it twice on the inside. So 92 goes into 584 6 times. And I actually do not know what that is, so give me a second. 552. And then bring down the 2. So then 92 goes into 322 3 times. And then, which is 276. So 56 left over. And then this is where my decimal is at. So it comes up. And then I can add a 0 and bring that down. So then 92 goes into 565 times. I think I messed up. Yeah, because that's not right. Oh, that should be a 4. That should be 460. There we go. 92 times 5 is 460. So you get 63.5. Apologies. I missubtracted. All right. So I'm going to do these 3 problems, and then you have a couple more to do after that. So we're going to divide 12.42 divided by 1.8. So 1.8 goes on the outside, and you're going to divide it. As you're going to move this once, what you do on the outside, you do on the inside, so you're going to move this once. So it's going to go in between the 4 and the 2, and that's okay. And so the decimal will go up into the answer. So 18 now goes into 124 6 times. I do not know that, which is 108. And then 18 goes into 162 9 times, which is 162. This is 6.9. All right, so now we're going to do 1,400 divided by 32. So 32 goes into 144 times. which is 128. $32 goes into 123 times, which is 96. Add a decimal, then a 0. 32 goes into 347 times, which I actually do not know. So 224. That doesn't make sense. Did I subtract wrong here? Yeah, that should be a 2. I did that same thing on the last slide. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. 224. And if you keep dividing it, you get 43.75. I just ran out of room. All right, one more. So then we're going to divide 9.3 into 195.3. So move your decimal, move your decimal. So 93 goes into 195 2 times, which is 186. So that's 9 left over, and the 3 comes down. So that goes in there 1 time. So the answer is 21. All right. So y'all can do these for a little bit extra practice, and then you can move on to your homework. But actually, let's just do this word problem. So filling up a tank of gas costs $36.96. If the tank holds if the tank holds 16.5 gallons of gas, then how much did each gallon cost? So you're going to divide 16.5 into the cost. Move your decimal once. Move it once, so now it's between the 9 and the 6. So 165 goes into 369 twice. 165 times 2 is 330. And so then it goes in there twice again, which is 330. That's not right. Man, what is wrong with me today? So you get 660 left over. Let me make that a little bit more pretty so it's easier to see. 360. Oh, stop writing the 3. I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh, 660. And it goes in there 4 times. So you're going to do 165 times 4. And there it is exactly. So he spent exactly $2.24 per gallon for gas. All right. That is dividing